name is Felicia, and welcome to our presentation on From Waste to Wealth. Plastics are everywhere in our life. They make things convenient and affordable, but mismanaged plastic waste is a growing problem. So today we want to help change the mindset by applying the 4 R's, which are reuse, repurpose, recycle, and reinvent. We can reduce pollution and create value from plastic waste. So, let's start with the first R, which is reuse. To reuse an item means using an item again for the same or a new purpose instead of throwing it away. For example, 1. Use plastic food containers for storage. 2. Refill water bottles instead of buying new ones. 3. Bring your own shopping bag made of recycled plastics. Simple actions like these can help to reduce demand for new plastic and cut down on waste.
The second R is repurpose. Repurpose means giving plastic waste a new function without changing its form. So repurpose ideas include turning old shampoo bottles into pencil holders. Second is using plastic spoons to make decorative flower art. And for the last ideas of repurpose, transforming large bottles into plant pots or bird feeders. I think repurposing reduces landfill waste because it promotes creativity in schools, promotes creativity in homes, and also promotes creativity in our communities. The third R, recycle. Recycle plays a critical role in reducing plastic waste on a large scale. Recycling is not just about tossing plastics into a bin. Recycling is a process of collecting, sorting, cleaning, and reprocessing plastic to make a new product. But not all plastics are the same. Look at the bottom of any plastic item. You will see a triangle with a number from 1 to 7. These symbols tell us what type of plastic it is. First, PET1 in water bottles, commonly recycled into clothing and containers. HDPE2 in detergent bottles that we can turn into new packaging. LDPE4 in plastic bags. LDPE4 tricky but recyclable at specific centers. Other types of symbols that tell us is PS6 and PVC3. These symbols PS6 and PVC3 are harder to recycle and often end up in landfills. Number 1. Rinse your plastics. Because leftover food contaminators pitches. Second, sort at the source. Separate plastic from paper or food waste. The third, know your local recycling system. So each city accepts different materials. And the last one of how can we recycle better with support recycled products. Buy goods made from recycled plastic to close to the loop.
Last but not least is reinvent. Reinvention is a process of taking something that is no longer useful or wanted and transforming it into something new, valuable, and purposeful. It goes beyond just recycling by adding creativity, innovation, and function to what would otherwise be thrown away. How to reinvent? First, rethink the material. Look at the waste not as a trash, but as a raw material. For example, a plastic bottle is just not a waste, but it could be a lamp, planter, or a building block. Second, apply creativity and innovation. Think outside the box where we can redesign, reshape, or combine materials in new ways. We can use art, science, or design thinking to come up with new products or solutions. For example, all newspaper can be turned into biodegradable pots or creative packaging. Third, add purpose and function. Reinvented items should serve a new purpose. It should be practical, aesthetic, or social. The goal is just not for decoration, but value and usability. For example, Fabric scraps turn into reusable shopping bags where it is functional and eco-friendly. But how exactly does reinvention add value to waste? Let's explore its impacts across three key areas, which are environment, health, and economy. First, reinvention has reduced the massive amounts of waste that end up in landfills and oceans. By giving waste a new purpose, we divert it from this harmful destination by protecting ecosystem, wildlife, and our planet's future. Second, when we reinvent plastic waste instead of burning or dumping it, we significantly reduce air, water, and soil contamination. This leads to cleaner environments and reduce the risk of diseases caused by exposure to toxic waste. And third, reinvention fuels economic growth. Upcycling and eco-innovation create opportunities for local artisans, entrepreneurs, and small businesses. Waste becomes a resource that generates incomes, builds skills, and supports sustainable industries. In conclusion, the 4 R's are not just action, but essential strategies for building a more sustainable world. When we reuse, we extend the life of materials and reduce unnecessary consumption. When we repurpose, we give new meaning and function to what already exists. Through recycling, we reduce the demand of raw resources and lower our environmental footprint. And by reinventing, we bring creativity and innovation into transforming waste into something valuable. Together, this practice creates a powerful, circular system, one that protects our environment, supports our economy, and improves well-being of our communities. To move forward as a responsible society, we must not only understand this principle, but we must apply them in our everyday life. Waste should no longer be seen as useless because it holds the potential for innovation and value. Through reuse, repurpose, recycle, and reinvent, we can reduce our environmental impact and conserve precious resources. As a society, we must shift from the throwaway culture to a sustainable, circular mindset where every item is a second chance and every action brings us closer to a cleaner, more resilient world.
We may not be able to eliminate plastic overnight, but we can change how we handle it, as simple as starting with repurposing what we already have.
Plastic is not the enemy. The way we manage it is. Let's reuse, repurpose, and reinvent. Let's create the value from plastic waste. Thank you for watching.